So once again, the countdown to San Diego Comic-Con this weekend continues, and more stuff is starting to surface. We got a bunch of listings. We have some product images of some licensed Transformer product, as well as some information in relation to two conventions that are going to be coming up on a digital level that'll also reveal some extra Transformer product. Let's jump into that today on our Transformer Tuesday. First thing we got is we have a Amazon listing of a future Studio Series product. We had limited listings of this with no concrete information confirming if it was legitimate or not. But now today, Amazon France on their website has a listing for a Transformers Studio Series Leader Class The Fallen. And this is something I'm very excited about because The Fallen, specifically the Revenge of the Fallen version, has never really gotten a decent transformable toy. I mean, you look back to his 2009 beginnings, and it's like the robot replica figure is pretty good, but it's a 6-inch non-transformable figure, and it's okay for what it is. It fits a little bit in your non-transformable, I guess, Revoltech shelves and stuff like that, but it's still, at the end of the day, it was limited by what it was. The best transformable version, I mean, that at least is on model in terms of color and everything, sadly is the Legend scale one that we got in 2009, which is still a very good figure. If you want to have a little tiny Fallen transformable figure, I mean, you can't go wrong with that little Legends one from 2009. I wonder what the secondary market is on that one, because that's a fun little figure. But otherwise, every larger version of him has either it's off model or it's based off of an early design and it doesn't look as good. Even that standard Voyager one in 2009 wasn't very good. In 2010, we got that Transformers 2010 Reveal the Shield, Hunt for the Decepticons kind of weird purgatory line. And that one was pretty good. It was pretty good, but they gave it these awful light blues and purple colors on it. It came with the staff, it came with the removable face, so you could have his skull under it. To me, that was the quintessential Fallen figure, but it just had the wrong color scheme. And I almost felt okay, they did that on purpose. That way people will buy that one. And then, a couple of years later, they'll release the good one. Lo and behold, they released nothing. And 12 years passed, and there was no Fallen figures. And the primary reason why we didn't get no Fallen figures for 12 years was the trademark was lost in 2011. Hasbro decided not to refresh it, and then they just ran with the Megatronus trademark over those many years. So from 2011 till today, we were going 12 years without pretty much a Fallen toy. Although, to be fair, in 2021, the company Flame Toys has their high-end non-transformable figure line, the Korokarakuri line, as we call it. And they, through Hasbro, filed the trademark, the Fallen, September 2021, and they put out a product. And so that's where the Fallen's trademark started to get the ball rolling again just last year. And now we could finally see some Fallen product again after literally a very long time with just nothing, just absolutely nothing. And now we have this, and it's a leader class, so it could be the best it could be if it needs to be. It could have, removable face. It could have the staff. It doesn't have to be a huge figure. It could be something that's more of a Voyager scale with all the bells and whistles and budget to just make it a better figure and put it in that leader price point so they could have the paint, so it could have the deco detail, the veneering, the accessories to make it the best figure it could possibly be. And that's very exciting because he's one of those figures from that movie that just did not get a fair shake, and it's primarily because of a trademark issue. After 2011, Hasbro was just we're not going to be doing much with the Fallen after that, so there's no reason to refresh it and have to worry about constantly putting out product of this character. And then they just ran with Megatronus through the RID 2015 series, and anything related to the Fallen, they just said Megatronus instead. And, rightfully so. They were doing Transformers Prime. They were talking about the original 13. Just seemed like the better bet in the long run. But now we're today, and so look, hey, we're going to get a fallen figure. It's probably going to be that MSRP. According to the Amazon listing here, they say that it has a release date of October 31st, 2022. So that means we might even be seeing it this year. That means we might even be seeing it at San Diego Comic-Con for all we know. Or it could be a leaked listing at some point. We'll get some stock images. And it's going to be the standard MSRP for leader classes that we have today. So just keep that in mind. That's out there. Pretty cool stuff. We have 2 stock images here of stuff that I know some people are not a fan of. The famous F word that we don't like to say, and no, not that one. Let's talk about the famous F word of Funko and Funko Pop. So we have 2 items here that are Walmart exclusives. We have the Disguise Costumes Company that is going to be making a Optimus Prime Funko Pop head mask, like a helmet almost. So that's going to be a thing that's going to be out there according to its listing here. Autobots assembled to defeat the Decepticons from destroying planet Earth. Optimus Prime Funko Pop half mask soon available exclusively at Walmart. Stay tuned for more reveals. So there's that one there. And then also what came afterwards was an announcement from Hallmark, and Hallmark has a relationship with Walmart also to do a whole bunch of keepsake ornaments and stuff like that of different pop culture stuff. And they're going to be doing a whole bunch of Funko Pop ones. Apparently they did this last year also. They did a whole bunch of Funko Pop ornaments through Walmart, not Transformer related, just other pop culture properties. And they were, from last year, they were 2.5 inches, and I'll explain the sizes in a moment. And they were pretty fragile because they were made out of like a painted resin, where if you drop those, they're going to break. So keep that in mind. It's probably going to be the same thing this time around, although who knows, maybe they'll change it up. But to give you an idea of they're going to be doing an Optimus Prime. So that means there's like 4 different scales now for Funko Pop Optimus Prime. You have the Pocket Pop, which is those keychain ones at 1.5 inches. You have this ornament here, which, assuming it's like last year and how they did the ornaments with Hallmark, it's going to be 2.5 inches, made of that fragile kind of resin. Then you have the standard Funko Pop, which is 4 inches. Then you have the Jumbo Optimus Prime, which is 10 inches. So that's 4 different scales for that one Optimus Prime Funko design, and maybe even one larger if you want to count that half mask helmet now that's going to be out. So as it stands right now, the initial rumors for these ornaments is going to be out July 21st, 2022. We might get more information because the Walmart Collector Con is also coming up soon. So maybe these 2 items, as well as some other product, maybe the Velocitron stuff, will be part of the Walmart Collector Con announcement. So keep that in mind. That's out there. The only thing I could take away from this is if they're doing Transformer-related ones, it tells me that the Transformer Funko Pops are selling very well, which makes me shudder inside, but that's a whole other story. So just keep in mind those 2 are going to be out there, as well as probably a Walmart Collector Con in the near future. And speaking of cons, with San Diego Comic-Con coming up, already Hasbro has been setting up their booth and all the big craziness leading up to the convention this weekend. And some people that were walking around noticed at the Hasbro booth that they had a sign saying that the Hasbro Pulse Collector Con 2022 will be happening September 30th, 2022 to October 1st, 2022. So now we have an announcement and a date for the next Hasbro Pulse Con in 2022. For people who aren't familiar with what that is, it's an online stream that they do on the Hasbro Pulse YouTube channel where they reveal all the latest products and deals and licenses and web games and everything related to Hasbro brands in one place for the near future. And it's all the brands, not just Transformers, it's Marvel, it's Star Wars, it's G.I. Joe, it's everything. So again, September 30th, 2022 to October 1st, 2022, that's going to be happening too. So keep an eye out for that. We'll probably have more information on the podcast and keep you guys updated on everything that's happening with that. So that's it, more or less. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. But once again, we'll keep you in tune on what's going on in the Transformer world today, tomorrow, and thereafter. So talk to you again, guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow.